Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Stylist. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Today's video is going to be an SD/Canva tutorial. I'm going to show you guys how to pick the perfect SD templates and edit them on Canva for either a story post or an Instagram feed post. So make sure you guys keep watching, like, comment, subscribe.
Nothing but a beauty queen. She make it look so easy. No one else can compare. She know what she doing. Yeah.
So if you guys have made it this far into this video, that means that you want to see how I have selected the perfect SD templates to edit on Canva. So I'm going to start off with using my phone because I like to purchase my SD template on my phone because I can pay with Apple Pay, which is my preferable form of payment. So I like to start off with clicking my favorites on SD, and it's going to show everything that I've ever favorited on here, which I selected some this morning preparing for this video. And this is the one that I decided on. It's an Instagram post bundle for it includes 18 editable posts. And I just felt like this one was perfect for like the posts that I kind of want to do. And like I said before, I'm going to go ahead and pay with Apple Pay. This was $13.99 for 18 templates, which is perfect. It's less than $1 per flyer. And I like to do this because it's just easier for me. So once I finish purchasing it, I'll go ahead and download it onto my computer. And what I do is I open up my email. The email has a link in it, which you're able to click. As you can just see, I click the email link and it brings me directly to Canva. That's the beauty of SD. It's very simple. You purchase it, they email you a link, you click the link, and it brings you to Canva. So this is what we have purchased. And like I said before, it's 18 custom templates that you can edit. They have ones that say appointment available. This one is for client review, just another appointment available post, things that you can edit, add your own pictures to, add your own website name, add your own prices if you want to do a special. Literally, I don't know. I feel like this is so much easier for me when I want to make something quick and I don't want to spend too much time. And this is literally a cheat code. So I want to go ahead and share this with you guys. And the main step for when I purchase these is I like to purchase them already in the feed post style, which is this square. And then what I like to do is I like to resize it and create pretty much a copy of this. So what I do is I click resize at the top left corner. And I'm going to click Instagram story post. And once I click that, I click copy and resize, which means that it's going to create a whole new Canva folder with these exact templates, but just in a story post format. So this way it will fit my story when I upload it on my story. As you can see, this one is more of a rectangular shape versus the last one was a square. So I now have this one and I now have the original one, which is a story feed post, which I love because like I said, I don't have to alter the size every time. I have two separate ones. And it's just perfect. So I'm going to start off with the story post because I like to post a lot on my story. A social media hack that I can give you guys is to post 2 to 3 times on your story daily and at 3 different times of the day. That's a cheat code. Okay. So now what you will notice is when you do change over your size, you'll see that the format of the old story feed is gonna pretty much still be not visible, but you'll see like all of the content is going to be in the center of the page because technically that was the size of the Instagram the Instagram feed. So what you will have to do is readjust them to place the elements or the text or whatever, how you want them to fit on your page for a story page. So I'm going to start off with this page, which is page 15. And it's just something cute and fun to post to get my followers interacting with me. So as you can see here, there's a background here, which is a pink that goes into a fade of a white, and it wasn't completely over the whole page. So I just want to pull that up and make sure it's at the top of the page, and also make sure that it is sent to the back. So this way it's not in my way while I'm moving my other objects. So as you can see here, I want to get ready to take that text and group it with the text underneath it. So where it says, which one are you choosing? Service now available and link in bio. I want to group that all together. But in order to group that together, I had to lock that pink faded background. So this way when I group all that text together, that background is not in the grouping. So I'm gonna show you guys again. So what I do is I click my screen and drag my finger over my mouse pad. So this way it can highlight all the text and all the elements and lines or whatever that I want highlighted and group together, and I group it. And then I'm able to move the whole entire section together versus moving each word or each line. It just groups it all together and makes it extremely easy while editing either a template that you made yourself or a template that you bought from someone. And as you can see, I just ungrouped it, which allows me to make additional changes. So once you group it, it makes it easier to move it. And then I ungroup it so this way I can make changes. As you can see, I am making my lines longer because this is supposed to give off the look of like when you go to a laundromat and they have like, I don't know, help needed or looking for a job, you rip off the piece of paper with the phone number. That's like the little theme of this particular flyer. So I just wanted to make my lines a little longer and move my text up. I'm actually going to keep the original text that she put on this page, or whoever created this template put here, because I actually do offer all of these services. So again, another time saver. I don't have to go in and text each text. I offer all these services. It's a cute little a little playful, something you could post on social media. Only thing I am going to change is at the top where it suggested you to put your company's name. I'm going to go ahead and put my company's name, and I'm going to play around with text that I want to add. Font that I want to use for this text. And then I also like to play around with my letter spacing, which means how close each letter is to each other. And I like to play around with the size and the placement. And that's just the beauty of buying a template that you can edit yourself versus buying flyers from someone who customizes it and then you can never make another change to it. So that's why I love, and I'm such an advocate for SD and Canva, because I just love being able to do things myself and change and make additions and post cool flyers weekly or daily. And literally for $13-$14, I'm able to edit 18 different templates, either for my story or 18 different templates for my Instagram feed, and customize it to whatever I want for one price. I mean, you can't beat that. So I'm going to show you guys how I add this on Instagram. So first, I'm going to start off with a new page. And on my new page, I'm going to add a button. Now this button, because of the template that we just edited, there's an empty space in the middle. So that is an engaging flyer. That flyer, I want to add something with action call, which means I want someone to be able to click it and either purchase something or click it and book an appointment or do something. So to do that, you need to add a button to that page. But I want to add a button to the page and they'll be able to actually go directly to a website. So how we do that is I'm going to add the button under elements. Click a button that I can change the color, and I'm going to change the color from the document colors, which means that those colors are within the color scheme of all the flyers on this page. So once I've done that, I'm going to add text. And like I said, I want to have a call to action button. So what I'm going to have my button say is click to book. So when I upload this on my Instagram story, someone can actually click this button and it will bring them to a different page off of Instagram. Now, if you know, Instagram used to have, or I guess it still does have, the swipe up for if you have over 10K. I do not have 10K on Instagram, so we have to improvise and be custom here. So I am going to create my own button, quote unquote, swipe up for my followers, supporters, my customers, and my clients. So I chose click to book. I'm also going to change my font and the sizing of it to kind of go with the font theme of the original flyer that I used. And then we're going to save this button. Now, the key to having your button be saved and be added to your flyer on your Instagram story is that you have to download it in a transparent mode. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and select page 19, the current page, as the only page that we want to download. And we're also going to click transparent background and we're going to download it. Now that we have it downloaded, I am going to airdrop it to myself. I'm going to airdrop it to my phone, and this way I can show you guys how to upload this onto Instagram. So now that is all uploaded, I'm going to go ahead and start with going on my link on my Instagram page and copying the link that I want to pop up when they click that button. So I'm just going to copy and paste that link, and I'm going to go back to where you go to upload a story, and I'm going to click this flyer because this is the one that we're working on. And then we're going to click link and add that link that we just copy and pasted from our bio. And then I'm going to, I don't know if you can see the font, but I did click white, so this way it could be very small and blend in with the background just in case my button doesn't cover the text completely. And then I'm going to click this icon here, which is at the bottom on the left hand side. And it is a little photo icon for you to upload photos to a photo that is already uploaded on your story. Yeah. Then we're going to upload that. And the reason why it looks like this is because, remember, we uploaded it with a transparent background. So it's literally like a floating icon on this template that we created for our story. So I'm just going to resize it and play with it and make sure that it covers the link that I have underneath it. And now that I have that done, I'm literally going to be able to post this, share it on my story, and I'm going to check it from my other page. So I'm going to go onto my personal page, type in Crowns for Queens, and I'm going to make sure that it works. So I'm going to click my story. And now that I'm on a story, as you can see, I clicked it and I clicked the link and it brings me to my booking site. So that's a little hidden gem of this video. That is our little hack. Such a cool little addition that you can add to your Instagram story posts. So now we're going to jump into our next edit, which is going to be this template on page 16. And I'm going to pretty much adjust this calendar on this flyer to adjust my availability for June, and pretty much make it available for my clients to see what is my availability, bring awareness to the fact that my scheduling for that month is limited, and in hopes have them book sooner. So as you can see, I typed in my Crowns for Queens. I'm going to group together appointments now available and make it one whole icon. And then I'm going to take the button on the side and enlarge it. And I'm just going to play around with the placements of, one, my brand name, and then two, the icon that I just grouped together and moved up. And because this is a story page turned from a Instagram feed page post, I'm gonna have to readjust some things. So for starters, I'm gonna have to move my website link down below. I'm gonna play around with the placement of the phone and how the calendar was placed, because like I said before, this original format was for an Instagram feed post, not a story. So you will have to go in and move some things around, which is very simple and very much so worth it. So I'm gonna just delete up that bundle because that's not really something I want on this flyer. I'm actually gonna leave this girl's picture here because it's cute. She's cute. Yeah, it's not my work, but it's just a picture. It's just for Instagram promo. So I am going to now move on to where I want this calendar to be placed, and or where I want the little text underneath it to be placed, because I don't need it to say deposit required. At this point in the industry, everyone knows that a deposit is required to book, and if not, it's probably a beginner stylist, and I'm gonna just leave that there. That's not, that's none of my business in my auntie Tabitha's voice. So I'm gonna move those scissors around, and I'm going to move my icon again at the top. And as you can see, or as you will see here, I'm gonna play around and move a lot of stuff around. I was clicking on this calendar thingy that she has up here, and I realized that it's not a calendar where I can move the buttons. It's actually a photo. As you can see, when I clicked it, it highlighted, and it's a May calendar photo that she probably got from either Elements or Google. So I typed in June 2023 and the Elements, and I also looked through photos and through graphics to see if there was another one of those, like the number charts for the calendar, that I could replace and use. But I didn't find anything that I liked, so I just went to Google, and I did have a hard time, which I really don't know why, but because I wanted one that looks exactly like this without the calendar boxes, but I couldn't find anything. So I ended up just downloading what I found. And what I did was I airdropped it to my computer, and then I changed the name of it to June 2023. So this way it's easier for me to find it when I go onto Canva to upload it. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to click my uploads. I'm going to upload what I just found from Google, which is my June 2023 calendar. And I'm going to make sure that it is completely uploaded before I drag it to the page, because that matters. If it's not completely uploaded or downloaded, some of the features of having a pro Canva account won't be available. So I'm going to click it. It'll drop onto my page, and then I'm going to take off the top where it says June 2023, and as well as where it says the dates, because I'm going to keep that the dates, the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that's already on there on the page. And I'm going to add my own June icon. And then I'm going to remove the background, so this way I can place it a little bit underneath the phone icon. I was hoping that me removing the background was going to remove the black lines, but it didn't, which is fine. It's okay. Like I said, I did want something that's very similar to what she already had, but beggars can't be choosers. So we got to get what we get. So I'm going to delete the original, and I'm going to move my new one into the place that I want it to be. And I'm going to move it around, play around with the size, and place it exactly where I want it to be up underneath my days of the week icon. And I just want to make sure that the first is on Thursday, so this way the month lines up. So now once all that is together, I'm going to actually click my keypad arrow, and I'm going to move that icon up. My calendar icon, I'm going to move it up, and then I'm going to adjust it, like I said, with my keypad. So this way it can be directly up underneath that pink bar with the days of the week on it. So now that that is done, I am actually going to group it together, so this way I can move that at one time. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and add my text. And the text is obviously going to say June, because this flyer is promotion for June 2023. And I'm actually going to use the font's signature, because that's like my go-to font. But what I did want to do was make sure that when using scripts, you want to make sure that you don't have uppercase lettering on the whole word that you decide to use, because uppercase doesn't look right for scripts, all letters. So I just want to make that adjustment. Click my signature font style, and I'm going to play around with the size to make sure the size is big enough, it draws the attention, and it sets the tone for what is being advertised. And I pressed 300, but that was obviously too much, so I downsized it to 200. So 200 font on signature, and that was perfect for what I needed it to be. Now I'm going to move it around, and like I said before, move this text here down below and find a wording for what I want to put there, but I'm going to do that later. First, I want to group together my calendar with the days of the week to make a one icon, and I'm going to place it a little bit underneath or a little bit behind the phone icon, just a little bit, because I want it to be equal to the page. And then once I have found my place for that, I'm going to take down the June text and reposition that. And again, as you can see, and you will see throughout this video, I am going to be moving stuff around. I'm going to be making things bigger, making things smaller, because the more you look at something, the more you kind of want to change it. So like I always say, that's the beauty of creating your own flyers, is that you're able to do anything you want, make any changes you want, make as many revisions as you want, and not be charged. You do this yourself. Okay, so yes, now that is how I want it to be, we can move on to the next thing, which is going to be this text at the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it to say limited appointments available, which again, when making flyers, you want to be very descriptive, but very straight to the point. You don't want long paragraphs all over your flyer. You want whatever the font says to be what it is. So our next very important bullet point is to highlight the days that are available. So like I said before, you want to make your flyer straight to the point. You don't want, a whole bunch of unnecessary information. So I'm going to use this pretty pink blur icon elements, and I'm going to put it in the place of the days that I'm going to be working. And then I'm also going to make it very easy, and I'm going to create a what do you call this, like, I guess like a definition area. So this pink blur icon means such and such. So this way it's easier for people to understand, well, why the heck she got a calendar up there with these dates on here? With a blur spot. What does this mean? Well, you keep looking at the flyer, you'll see down below that blur means such and such appointment. You know, we have appointments on this day, or appointments are limited, book now, or whatever you wanted to say. It just makes it easier to me when you have like everything on a flyer makes sense. So it's less time that people have to message you and ask you the same questions that's on the flyer. It just makes it very easy and descriptive. So this way it saves time, helps be very informative for your client, easier booking, and it just makes it less work for you. So that's why I do that. So then what I'm going to do is, after I have played around with all my font down there, I'm going to make duplicates of my pink blur, and I'm going to place them on the days that I will be available. Now that we have done that, I'm going to make one final change before we submit this. I'm going to make this icon larger because I feel like there was some empty space at the top and I want to kind of close that up. So, I just made it larger. And again, that's one of the beauties of grouping your stuff together, because you don't have to keep playing around with each one and making sure it's equally even underneath each one. You just make the whole icon bigger. So this is what I have come up with, and I'm very pleased with it. If you guys would like to see more videos like this, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I love sharing inside tips on how to make your flyers more creative, more you, how to find perfect templates, how to do little hidden gem things on Instagram. Like, I'm not a gatekeeper for the information. I want to share. So since I'm sharing with you guys, make sure you guys share this video with some of your business savvy friends. Post it on Instagram. You might not know who might want to see content like this. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and just stay tuned for what I have next for you guys. I truly appreciate you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial.